We're here today outside a job that we've just started on day one with a loft conversion. We're using the new metal system, and that means that we're not going to be fitting big RSJs and beams in the loft, and that is what we would consider one of the main advantages. The fact that we can get this steel in that's all around us here now, and that can all be in within 3 days. This is day one. We've took some of these tiles off the roof so we can slide these beams right the way. That slides right the way in from this side of the house right to the front of the house, and then it's all bolted to the ceiling joists. It's levelled up in the loft, so everything, the floor is in near enough the steel work today. That means that we can have the insulation in and we can have the boarding on top, and we can work off that boarding, which makes it a lot safer and a lot easier for the contractors. I love this system. It's one that I promote because I feel that the fact that you can have the structure in place within 3 days and have it watertight is a massive benefit, and the fact that you're not having to cart big steels up, because sometimes the steels are that big, you have to splice them together, bolt them together. Sometimes you have to take a mag drill up and drill the steels and bolt them together. So this stops all this. You don't have any big ridge beams that are going to hold up the ridge, because this is all constructed and it all bolts together. So you'll see how it comes together during the next few days. We're going to go on top of the scaffold now, so we can just look at how these have been slid in, just bolted and levelled off. So tomorrow what we'll be doing the rafters, where we're actually putting the rafters. These are the rafters, the smaller sections. So you'll notice with these as well, they've also got holes in. That's to get your services through, your pipes through. So it's a really, really good system when the floor's in. Again, over here, these are the smaller sections. These are the rafters. These again have got all the holes in and everything, but these will be bolted together on each side of the rafter, and they basically are joined at the ridge, and then the dormer, which will be coming this way, comes off, and you'll see this getting constructed over the next few days. These sections, you might be wondering what these are. These are actually the stud walls that are usually made out of timber that are in the loft. So when I say this kit comes together and it's all bolted together, it's even the walls. So when you see it all go together, there's very little timber in it. So we're up now on top of this scaffold, and you can see that the tiles are over there. You can see they've been taken off, which basically, that's all we've done today, is remove these tiles. And then these are the steel beams we were looking at down below. These get pushed in and bolted together. They get levelled up on the roof plate, so everything's level going through. And that's spanning 10 metres. And that's an unbelievable length for a piece of steel. Wood would have to be so much bigger in section. So this is levelled up and all put in, and that's what they've done today. They've got all the different ones in. This is a drawing of the steels that are going from the front of the house to the back. Tomorrow we'll be putting these steels in on the ridges and building the dormer wall. Then there'll be day 3, they'll be putting the roof on, making the openings for the velluxes and everything. So it just really is a good system. And also the openings for the windows and the dormer, which will be on this side. And now we're inside the loft, and you can see these now are basically spanned right from the front of the section and resting on the wall plate to the rear of the property. So eventually, once we put the rafters in here, we'll be able to cut all the existing trusses out, and you'll see it progress day by day. But hopefully by day 3 we'll have this dormer up, most of it constructed in watertight. So Monday it was kind of taking the delivery of all the steel that we had a look at early in the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're on Friday now, and I've been in this game for over 40 years, and I've never seen a loft get constructed so fast, especially with the dormer. So what we're going to do, we're going to go up into the loft, so you can see where it's at with the floor steels in, the steels to strengthen the rafters and give room for the insulation because of the new building regs, and also to see the actual dormer be constructed, so, and OSB boarding on it, and it's now going to be watertight tonight. We're now inside the dormer, and you can see exactly how it's all put together. If you remember all the steel that was downstairs, we had the big wall panels. These are the dormer walls that are built. And if we look round here, I mean, we've seen all these been laid out. All the trusses were still there. If just remind you what a truss looks like, there's one still remaining there that's still to be cut out. In this area here, you can see that they've marked the steels. They put a timber in there because they're going to cut steels out. So that'll be the opening for the stairs coming up. So again, very, very little mess. I mean, downstairs there'll be no mess. Here we have no roof plate on this front because we've got this roof design where it goes out at the front, which we'll show you from the front elevation. So there they put another steel across on top, and that then pulls all of them up together. So that gives them that more support and stability. These are kind of the dormer walls that you'll see on the drawing. The floor will go in this area here. They're going to insulate it all. They'll run all the cables through and everything, and then they'll put the 22mm chipboard on top, and that'll give the floor fully insulated to full spec. Here they'll extend the floor into this area because this area is going to be used for storage. So there'll be doors put on here, but that's where your suitcases are going to go, your Christmas trees, stuff like that, out of the way. This is what's ingenious about the design, and this is what was painted to. This is where the rafters meet the dormer roof construction. Usually you'd have a big steel going through here, and this steel being RSJ, and we'll give you some examples of this on another video. And also with the RSJs you have to fit them. This is a party wall next door. Now this is light construction, but if this is usually brick, you actually have to sit the RSJ usually on a plate when it's at low level. But you would normally have one going along there, one going at the front dormer. So this is the dormer wall. And people often say, why is it set back at least 200mm when you see on the drawings? You know, why isn't it built on the walls? The reason for that, if there is a fire and the firemen have to try and get in here, they need at least a space to put the foot on if they're helping people out of the emergency windows. So that's why it's set back, and usually you have an RSJ here and an RSJ at the other end, and then you span across with timbers. And they're up a bit because you'll notice that these are actually here. I can get my hand under there, so this construction is actually above the ceilings downstairs. So when you walk in and everything, the weight isn't on your ceiling downstairs, the weight's all on these steels. So it's just really, really a clever way to construct. Here you can see that there's opening here in the front of it. The front of the construction, front elevation. This is where the Velux window goes, because obviously this is cut back, and then you put your Veluxes on with your flashing kit. But as I say, there's nothing that isn't been thought of, and it's all prefabricated, so there's hardly any cutting on, well, there's no cutting on site. We've got to cut out this bit here so we can get the stairs up, but it has to be constructed in situ before we can cut that. So people say, is it very expensive compared with the traditional methods? No, because where we've found is the cost of all this material is offset by the money you save by the labour, because it doesn't take as long to erect. Back at the loft conversion, it's day 10, so you can see where we're up to. We had the dormer formed last week, but now it's all had the breathable membrane fitted, the battens, the tiles are all being screwed on now, lead flashings gone in, so it's come together very well and very quickly. We're here now at the highest part of the roof. You can see here, this is the fiberglass roof that they've fitted on here now, and it has the nice soffit finishes. There's no height of the loft been lost. You can see that's as high nearly as the existing roof. Under permitted development, you're not allowed to go higher than the existing roof. So, but this is one of the most popular roofing systems now because it has a real tidy finish with it all. And when we show you the soffit and the rainwater, how that fits in on the rear elevation side, you'll see how nice it looks even when you're this close, and it certainly looks attractive and a nice finish when you're down on the floor. Finishing off the roof here, we've got the breathable soffit. You've got your fascia, your gutter, you'll have your downspout coming in here. So it really is a nice finish. So what is good now, we've managed to come inside the loft conversion, and because the floor's down and the stair opening's been formed, we can get a good feel for the size of the space we've got up here. And also with the partition walls are being built, you can plan your room, because we do the drawings and the like indicative rooms of how you're going to use it up here. But this room has been made to a double bedroom, and in here we've formed a bathroom. And then in here we've got storage, which the client wanted, with 2 access doors to go in. So here, when we go into this room, which will be the bathroom, the client wanted the sink here. He's made this a bit wider because he's designed how he feels the bathroom's going to work for him. In here you've got a shower cubicle that's going to be fitted. So this is all sorted out now. It'll have a little door on it as well. You've got the opening here for the soil pipe because the toilet's going to be here. And then in this side here there's loads of storage. So the clients have changed the layout from the original layout, and they've sacrificed a little bit of space here and there. But if you're doing a loft, I would always advise you come up and then plan the layout of how it'll benefit you. So here we're going to be coming up the stairs to a little landing area. There'll be a door into the bedroom, there's going to be a door into the bathroom, and in here you've got your storage area where you can actually get around that area there. So the clients have changed a little bit, because here when they go into this room, there'll be the wall here coming up, and this is where the sofa settee is going to go. The pipe works in for the radiator because they decided they want the radiator here. And then this wall here is going to be the media wall where they're going to have the TV and everything. And because the client works from home, there's also going to be a little office desk in here with a screen and everything. So this will be built in for a bit of a workstation. So the emphasis, what I'm trying to get over here, is that however we plan and design and draw it out, you may have a different view of things when you actually get into the physical space. And that's the benefit of actually getting into the loft area. A lot of the times the ceilings are nowhere near as high as this. This is 2.4. You usually have just, 1.9, but it's still adequate space. So as I said, with this being a new house with the higher roof space, it does afford a better area for you.